Damn. You got 5 cup holders?
I don't know. People get thirsty in these
That's
cars.
Cool. Alright, what's up everybody? This is Valley Dream Car. We are already on episode 5 of my ride and review series. We are here in GR86?
JB's underscore GR86.
JB's. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a fun episode. Can already tell. What was your first car?
My first car was a Nissan 200 SX. My parents got it for me to go to school and whatnot, and it was a manual. My mom taught me how to drive in like 2 days.
Damn,
which was awesome. So
that's dope.
yeah. So she was the one that knew more manual cars than my dad. So that was pretty cool.
Growing up, did you guys have some fun cars?
Unfortunately, no. We didn't have a lot of cars. My dad wasn't into it. I started getting into it once, high school came, and my buddy's dad was very into it. When he had a '86 Ford Taurus SHO.
Damn.
That thing's a monster, man.
Yeah.
Hard to find, but hard to maintain as well. And that's what got me into cars.
So I saw the plates from Texas. Are you from Texas originally?
No, so I'm originally from Southern California, LA, San Fernando Valley. I moved out to Texas a few years ago for work, and I was there for about 2-3 years. And that's when I bought this guy, and I decided to start getting into cars more out there because I didn't know the car community, and it's really big. It's an awesome community. That's where I met most of the crew that I'm in, Negative Influence, established in 2022 by Zach and Caleb, aka Countdown Cars. And then I moved back over here, be closer to family and whatnot.
That's cool. So you're part of Negative Influence?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The lead out here in California.
So that's mainly Texas.
Yeah, so we're all everybody's mainly in Texas. We have 40 plus cars, nice community, built from the ground up. So a lot of awesome people.
Okay. So for people that haven't seen your car yet, it is an Natasha wrap, correct?
Yeah, Natasha wrap.
Are the other members, do they have Natasha wraps?
No, I think I'm the only one. There might be one more that has a Natasha wrap, but for the most part, I was the only one that did it for now. Who knows? Somebody might follow suit out there.
Yeah. So moving out here, and at least from my knowledge, there's maybe like 3 Natasha wrap cars. So the first time I saw your car and you pulled up, it was like, a new player has arrived. Like,
it's definitely grabbing some attention. It's a bright color. It's a bright car. I get a lot of compliments on it. Initially, I wanted a red one.
Okay.
But with the shortage and the availability, I ended up getting this one, and I'm like, I'll wrap it later or paint it or something. And the color just grew on me, man. It's just like, every day I looked at it, I'm like, man, it looks nice. It's a really cool color.
Yeah, it's really vibrant. So what have you done on the inside so far?
Inside, not much. Just little light strips here and there. Other than that, I haven't focused too much in here yet. My main focus has been outside and a little bit of performance boosting, in the near future. So inside will probably come a little bit later down the line.
the seats like Alcantara, right?
Yeah, Alcantara with leather. They're pretty snug, so you don't move around when you.
They're like almost bucket seats, but like not so grippy, I guess.
Yeah, I really like that OEM Plus look. So that's one of the reasons that I haven't gone with the seats just yet. Because I know a lot of people that have done them, they get the little marker that, you know, the airbag situation's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they have already bypassed it by now, but.
So why like Naruto inspired? Because I saw these too.
Yeah, I don't know. I grew up watching it when I was young, and I'm a big fan of anime. Sasuke was my favorite character. I'm also into Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball, and at one point I put a poll on Instagram to do the rap. So it was between Vegeta and Sasuke. Everybody voted towards Sasuke. I'm like, okay, we'll do Sasuke now. The future is to eventually wide body it and then change the rap to Vegeta. So cool. That's a future little project that I'm thinking about.
I dig it. Let's check out the outside. Very cool. And we got the cool backdrop.
Little photo op opportunity.
Yeah, for real. Alright, so walk me through the build.
Alright, so we got the Aeroflow kit here with the rods that I drilled into the crash frame, so they're actually functional.
Oh, cool.
They're not just hanging around. We got
do you feel a difference?
I do, yeah. There is a little bit of a difference when you hit top end speeds. Not so much when you're just driving around in the city, but once you take it out and kind of open the throttle a little bit, then you do feel a little bit more stability, a little more downforce. I'm on Advins 18-inch wheels. They're 8.5s and 35 plus offset. I got the sides as well.
Who did your wrap?
So the wrap was done by Nomad Wraps. They're the ones who did the graphics, and then it was installed by Deviation Decal Shop out in San Antonio, Texas. So our crew works with them a lot. So
that's cool.
He was the one who put it on there, slapped it on, did an amazing job.
Yeah.
Haven't had any issues with it.
I like how he almost color matched the blue of the Lightning with the OEM blue.
Yeah.
Like it's like, that's pretty cool. Is this lowered?
It's on some springs, yeah, some lowering springs, RSRs, I think, sus. So it's the not aggressive ones, it's more of the calmer ones. And I think it only lowered about an inch. I think if I just get a little bit of a bigger tire, it might be a little nicer, close that gap a bit, but so far overall, no issues.
I mean, I would say the fitment is pretty nice. It's not too aggressive, there's not a huge like monster truck wheel gap, but you're also not tucked, so you're not rubbing in and like, yeah, it looks good.
Eventually it'll go on some coilovers. I'm thinking about going with HKS wraps.
Is the wing aftermarket?
The big wing, the swan neck, is an aftermarket. The small duckbill came with the car. I just put a wrap on the top so it can kind of look a little bit more blended with the other wing.
Yeah, that's cool.
But the duckbill comes with the car with the premium package, and the STI swan wing I put in myself.
Oh, it's from an STI. Do you have the low glow?
Yeah, so I got the low glows under there. It's too bright out here to turn them on, so we can't really see them.
What would you rate your car right now?
Right now, probably about a 6 or 7, just because I know I can get it a little bit better, but I go with a solid 7.
Yeah, I would say a 7. I like it. What are some plans for the future?
The future plans is get it tuned, go E85. Eventually, I want to do a turbo.
That'd be cool.
I want to enjoy the naturally aspirated engine for a while before I start putting in all that big stuff in there and having issues. So for now, just a tune. In the near future, performance-wise, aesthetically, maybe just lower a little bit more with those HKS coilovers, and maybe change the the decals, change the wrap eventually, get a wide body kit. So far, the ones that have caught in my interest the most have been the infamous Arrow, and the Artisan.
Cool. This is pretty spacious for a two-door.
Yeah, it's not so bad. I think my Scion had more space when it came to overall space for being a two-door.
Do you have the Scion FRS?
No, I had the TC.
Oh yeah. TCs are two-doors?
Yeah. Well, technically 3 hatchbacks.
Never realized that.
So I actually moved from LA to Texas with the 65-inch Samsung TV and all my clothes, bare minimum, but in my TC, and drove it all the way out to Texas. And it fit perfectly.
So you said you had the Scion TC and a Nissan 200?
200 SX. Yeah.
Are those the only 2 other cars you've had? Or?
Yep. I think the 200 SX, I had it for about 7 years.
Damn.
And the TC, I had it from 2011 when they first released the second gen till 2022 when I got this guy.
Did you sold?
Yeah.
Sold the TC. So are you the first owner?
For this one, yes. For the TC as well.
Damn.
I think that was the one and only owner.
So, in your opinion, what do you like the best? FRS, the BRZ, or the GR86?
Well, it's going to be a little biased because I have the GR86, so I'm going to have to go with that. I'd driven an FRS, and they, for the time when they came out in 2012, they were great cars. I know a lot of people had issues with the torque dip, but it's a fun car. It's a really fun car to drive around. It's a very unique platform where you can do a lot to it. Basically your mind's open to whatever you want to do to it, and you can probably find a part or get it done really easy.
That picks up pretty good.
It's not too fast, but
When it needs to be.
when it needs to be.
Alright. While we are doing this is the part of the episode where I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay? You ready for this?
Let's go.
What is the Toyota slogan?
Toyota slogan. I don't know. You got me there.
It's 3 words.
3 words. Toyota slogan. No clue.
Let's go places.
I remember that now. They haven't used that in a while.
I think the last time they used it. Actually, I don't remember the last time they used it.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I heard it in their commercials.
I'll find a commercial and I'll put it in there.
Let's go! Let's go! Places! Let's go! Places! Let's go! Places! Let's go! Places! Let's go! Let's go places! Let's go! Places!
Alright, what was the first gen called in Jamaica?
The first gen?
Yeah.
I don't know. Not in Jamaica.
The FT86.
FT86.
As in future Toyota 86.
Oh, interesting.
Didn't know that either. What was the original MSRP for the 2022 GR86?
The base price I think was 28, and the premium was 31,000.
Correct. You got one. Alright, what came first? The BRZ or the FRS?
The BRZ or the FRS? Ooh, that's a good question. I think they kind of came out around the same time, because that's why they're dubbed the twins.
Damn, I thought I was gonna stump you on that. That's right. So I thought the BRZ came after the FRS, but Toyota owns 16% of
Subaru.
Fuji that owns Subaru.
Yeah.
So they're like, hey, we should do this together, and they rolled them out together.
Yeah, because I think they used the WRX engines on the FRS.
Boxers, right? What is the original horsepower for your year?
For this year's original horsepower, I think 234.
Very close. 228.
220.
So if you were, another bonus question, if you were to line up GR86 and a BRZ, 0 to 60, both automatic, who would win?
Same year.
Same year. Nothing done to it. Both bone stock.
I would probably say the BRZ, just by a smidge, because I think they use hollow rear end sway bars, and they use lighter bolts.
So if we were to go by stats, automatic 86, 6.1, 0 to 60. The BRZ, 6.6. Technically, the GR86 would win by like a fraction.
By a fraction.
But a win is a win.
When's a win? So if it's cars and reviews, you gotta have a review of the car as well, right?
Technically, yeah.
Alright, so let's make episode 5 a little different. Have you review the car.
Okay.
Now you're in the hot seat. Did it stop recording at one point? Or?
Oh yeah, I stopped it just because it was like 30 minutes. Damn, you got cup holders?
Got cup holders. And I got this weird one here too, which the manual doesn't have for some reason. I think it's because of the whole gearbox situation, but automatics get it. So you take advantage of it. And then there's some back here too.
Damn. You got 5 cup holders?
I don't know. People get thirsty in these cars.
That's cool. First off, I like the feel of everything. It feels very driver oriented.
Yeah. Like feels controlling, like cockpit. Like you're in the cockpit type.
What is this top left? Is like left, right, brake.
So
accelerator.
as you turn the wheel, it'll give you that gauge that you're going right, and it'll give you the amount. So if you go like really aggressive, it'll fill out that whole area. So if you go left, it'll do the same thing for the left side.
What
Now
the-
it'll also, if you hit the gas a little bit,
Oh, I see
it'll
the-
give you your
see the
your brake and your acceleration as well.
Damn, you only have 38,000 miles on this thing?
Yeah, and then I mean you can switch this stuff between
Oh wow.
like the little gauge there, or it has like lap times if you want to record your lap time.
That's dope. That's all built in.
Yeah, it's all built in there.
See mirrors, all of this situated. you done sport mode?
Yeah.
Does that just change?
It's actually in sport mode now.
Alright.
So what brought on the idea of doing the cars and reviews?
So actually the pilot episode was my first time recording and asking questions, but I graduated college with a journalism minor, and I really liked asking people questions and hearing their story. So I was like, it'd be cool to get the stories of people's cars. I'm just take it. So that's kind of where it started. So the prequel was my father-in-law's slingshot that he let me and my wife drive, and we were recording it, but there was no like interview section.
So it's just you guys just kind of driving around.
Yeah, it was just us driving, and I was like, this would be really cool if I like interviewed him while we were driving, but there was no doors or windows, so it was really windy and loud. So I was like, let me try this again. So that's kind of where it started, but I really like getting to know people and showcasing our community in a way that's more in depth than just an Instagram post or 1 minute long reel.
That's what's nice about cars. They all have a story to them. You know, unique builds. You know, all the imagination that people put into it, their thought process. And, you know, it comes from somewhere.
Yeah.
So that's what's nice about cars.
Then it's cool when you get to know, like, I've known Joseph, so Pasta Visions, for about 2 years now. I had no idea his Honda was two different cars put together, and him and his dad. I was like,
Yeah, I was like, what?
Like, you're joking, right? And he showed me everything.
I thought he would just put like Corolla taillights on that for a split second until he said like it's half a car. I was like, whoa, that's awesome. I guess if they do it to limos to make them bigger, you could,
you could do
place
it
two
to
cars
anything.
together. That's a unique thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that
That is
going
awesome.
into it. I was like, oh, this made this episode that much cooler. And a lot of people have even like come up to me and be like, I didn't know that about his car. I didn't either.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think 7 might be a little low on the scale. I'm gonna give this like an 8.5.
Once you get behind the wheel, you're like, okay,
this is fun.
it's a little different.
I think the paddle shifters add to it too. It feels like almost like a Formula One, like that. And it's so responsive, and you see. Man, I forgot I couldn't roll down the window. Oh crap. Oops. What is your favorite thing inside the car?
Favorite thing inside the car? I don't think there's like a favorite thing. I just love the way it feels when you're driving the car. You know, it's just the overall control that you get from it. It's, you know, it's just nice to go out there and, you know, go on drives.
So when you came back from Texas, did you haul this?
Yes.
Okay.
So I got a U-Haul truck and I put it on the flatbed thing and brought it over here.
So what's the furthest you've driven this?
I've actually driven this from Texas to California to visit family one time. So it's gone back and forth from Texas to Cali, back to Texas.
Damn.
Yeah.
How long was that trip?
So it's a 22 hour drive, 24 with the time change.
nonstop?
Yeah, I did it myself once, going from California to Texas non-stop. I just stopped to use like the restroom and, you know, get some food really quick or snacks, and just kept going. Yeah, I was dead tired, man. I was like, oh man, I want to sleep for the next week.
Cole with the little blue Miata.
Oh, nice.
He'll see the video. What was your favorite car show out in Texas?
Oh, Cars and Coffee was fun a lot. Big turnouts for those events. We used to have one that we used to do that was hosted by Negative Influence, that we had, you know, great turnouts. Lowriders started showing up at one point, which is nice.
Yeah.
And, you know, kept everything very calm, no nonsense. Everybody's just very, you know, humble and just showing up their build.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was nice.
I think once lowriders show up to your show, it's like the elders
Yeah.
have like approved. Then if there's lowriders, you know no one's gonna mess around. It's like built-in security.
Yeah.
I would give this thing a solid 8.5.
Maybe we'll make that number go up once we get that tune and take it out to some windy roads. See how that feels.
And you got 5 cup holders.
And 5 cup holders. So we won't be thirsty, that's for sure.
Yeah, for real. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you.
Alright, before you leave, I think it's gonna be okay. I'm gonna need like 2 quick revs from you.
2 quick revs. Got it.
Alright. I heard a little pop right there.
Yeah. A little baby one. Kind of slipped out.
Cool. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
Likewise. Enjoy it.
Yeah, episode coming out Wednesday.
Nice.